Hmm.
So if we could look forward, that book is coming out February 10th. Are you excited?
I am. I'm always very excited. I'm always very nervous because, it's a very vulnerable thing. Releasing a book can be, you know, um, very vulnerable because, you're getting reviews, you're getting, people feel very uh, okay about saying your work is bad. And I mean, you have to kind of like develop a very thick skin. And I do have that like through the editorial process. And I've gotten to the point through all these years where like trying to take it all with a grain of salt. But, um, and I try not to read my reviews, although I do think it's kind of a learning uh, experience, like, it's good to know if there's certain parts of the book that aren't working for people. It's good to know. So when you do your next book, you'll keep that in mind. But, like, yeah, it is very vulnerable to releasing a book, and I keep doing it over and over again. I don't know what's going on with me. I don't
Has
know.
that has that process changed with the advent of the internet and book talk and influencers? Like, are the reviews more in number, more in quantity, and more in polarizing opinions, or is it just a different delivery system as opposed to yesteryear?
I think it's very different in that, it's hard to get any traction, like I think if you're a romance author, it's easier like on certain platforms like TikTok and things like that. But um it's I'm grateful for any review from anybody because even though there are more opportunities, it would seem like there's more social media, there's more platforms, there's also more writers. And
Mm,
so it's really difficult. Like, when I first my first, fiction, The Scrapbook of Secrets, you know, it was much easier in some ways to get, interviews and reviews. People went and reviewed more than like, my Eliza books on Amazon don't have a lot of reviews compared to some of my other books because they've been around a lot longer. But I think it's also that there's a lot more noise out there.
noise, that is accurate.
Yes,
Our world is noise.
it is.
Um, Part of the reason I wanted to start doing this is I got completely sick and tired of Instagram and TikTok book people. I am sick and tired of the Amazon reviews. That's what I call them. But like when you get a product and it has a whole bunch of one-star reviews because customer service wasn't great, or the box was damaged by UPS. And I'm like, that has no bearing on the product. Right. And I'm tired of getting 5-star or 1-star book reviews for inane, ridiculous, nonsensical reasons. I'm sick and tired of having books be hyped up as this is the book of the year. It is about X, Y, and Z. If you like these books, you'll like this one. And then you read it, it has nothing to do with anything that anybody hyped it to be. So rather than saying, this book was a 5 for me, I would rather talk about the book, things I enjoyed, rather than giving people a black and white number or whatever. And I've realized that the medium that I am striving for is not necessarily everybody's because we no longer live in a world where people appreciate long form content or shades of gray.
Yeah.
But I think it is the correct way to talk about and introduce people to things so they can make their own decisions because a 2.5 from somebody is somebody else's 4,
Yeah.
right? Or somebody's 5 is somebody else's 1.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're exactly right. I think you're exactly and the element you didn't mention is that a lot of writers are paying for that.
Paying for,
Like, Instagram,
ugh,
these Instagram book tours, and we're constantly being asked, if we want help from these promoters and they want money, basically. And then some of them are on the up and up. They're working hard to get your book out there, but a lot of them, they just, they just take your money. I mean, it's a big scam out there right now that authors are dealing with. So it's like a play to pay thing, if you can pay for this, you'll get on this page. You pay for that, you'll get on that page. And I decided a while ago, I'm not paying for reviews. I'm not, I'm just not. And if that means, I'm a mid-list author for the rest of my life, so be it.
If you can respect yourself and sleep well at night, that's
Right.
what matters, yeah.
Mhm.
Um, okay. I went off on a little bit of a tangent. I'm sorry. Let's go back to
It
your
was
your
great.
your
It was
novel.
great.
Um